What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Chill Will back with another video. Training camp 2025, man. Excited. I always get excited this time of year. I think this is one of the best times of the year. Football is around the corner. Oxnard, California, as always. Yeah, man. I always get excited, man. Especially being a Cowboy fan for so long. 32, 33 years at this point. It's been a long time since we've had a lot of success, but I always get excited this time of the year, especially during this time of, especially during the social media area, man. The social media era, man, we get so much, content from the .com guys, the quote unquote YouTubers who give us some of the best coverage, the radio guys, the fans. Like, it's so much coverage, man. You feel like you're not missing anything by not being out there in Oxnard, and can't wait for you guys to get out there and give us all the behind the scenes and the video that, man, Twitter be on fire this time of year. So I'm very excited about that. Yeah, man, going into this year, I really only have two like big positions or two areas of the team that I'm really like focused on heading into training camp and just watching, throughout the season. I think our season comes down to these 2 points that I'm about to make. The first point being interior defensive line. It's time for Mozzie to turn that corner, man. It's time for Mozzie to turn that corner. It's time for, it's year 3. A lot of scouts and pros and people associated with the NFL and football say it takes, it typically takes D tackles to year 3 to get it and to come into shape and form. I'm expecting that with Mozzie this year. We got the 7th round pick, Jay Toya. So excuse me if I didn't get that name right, but I think with those two, man, that's the biggest. That one tech, and I do think they'll bring somebody in just like add a little depth or whatever. But those two are the biggest. If those two come to play, it's gonna get scary, man. Like I think it's gonna get real scary because you look at our defense, man. The edge room is top 5 in the NFL. Like, you're not gonna find too many rooms that's better at edge than our room right now. With Michael, who's top 3 edge rusher in the game, that's a guaranteed 15 plus sacks right there. I think Donovan. I call him Easy E. I think Donovan, man, that kid. I think he's gonna be. He could potentially win. I think he could potentially win Defensive Rookie of the Year. I think he's gonna be that good with the attention that Michael's getting. He can rush from either side. He's already got an impressive pass rush package. I think he's gonna shine in camp. And that may be a good thing or a bad thing based on our tackles, but I think he's gonna shine in camp. I think he's gonna start. I think he's gonna get off to a fast start, and teams are gonna have to start game planning for him, which opens up, Sam when he's in the game, and then you still got Fowler, who had 10 plus sacks with kids in Washington. So yeah, man, I fully expect for this end room to get. Micah's gonna get 15. I expect 2 or 3 other guys to get 10 plus sacks, man. I think the edge room is that good. I think that it's so much talent in that room. I think we should get 40 to 50 sacks this year, kind of mirroring that season we had a couple years ago with Dan Quinn. But to do that, we got to stop the run. Like, we got to stop the run. So that's why I'm saying, man, that one tech position with Mozzie and Jay, man, if those two, and they don't have to be all pro good. They just have to be good. They just have to be, let's give up 80 yards a game. Let's give up, 90 yards a game. We can't be giving up 120, 130, 140 yards a game. If they can be top 15, run stopping D tackles combo in the league, that's a home run for us because, you look at the cornerback, linebackers I think we have one of the best, not one of the best linebacking rooms, but I think we have a very good linebacking room. And that's a theme around our defense, man. We're gonna need some players to step up to get to the ultimate prize, which is a Super Bowl. And and that kind of gets me to my point of this video, man. I look at this team, and then this team is reminding me, with the addition of George Pickens, which I'll get into in the offense, this team is reminding me of the Cincinnati team that went to the Super Bowl about 4, 5, 6 years ago. That Bengals offensive line wasn't as good as ours. That defense, I don't think, wasn't as good as ours. But they just made timely plays, and with the big three of Burrow, Chase, and Higgins, it got them where they needed to be. And like I said, I'm gonna get into our offense in a minute and what I think about what that Pickens trade did for us. But defensively, man, cornerback is gonna be, we're gonna have to patch it up to start the year. I don't think. I think Siobhan Revel will be ready for week 1, but that's AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. You're going against the world champions, man. Like, I think he'll play well, but I think, it's the NFL. You're going to get welcome to the NFL. But I think as the season goes, I think that kid's going to be all right. And seasons to come from now, I think that kid's going to be Pat Surtain good. I think he's going to be one of the top 3 corners in the league. I had a video before we drafted him, the day before we drafted him, talking about why I wanted to pick him up when we actually drafted him. I think he's that good, man. I think that kid I think that's one of the best draft picks that we had in the draft this year. When it's all said and done, that kid he's gonna be very good. But he'll get off to a slow start, which, it gives opportunities for Izzy, Kalen off year 2. We're gonna potentially need him to be big. If Kalen Carson can be good and take over that nickel position, that's gonna help out a lot. He had a good camp last year, and then the season got here, and but he has experience now, so mentally he should be able to have a good camp and then transition that camp into the season. So I'm not really worried about the cornerback room. Trayvon will be back at some point. And if this, like I say, it goes in sections. If our D line and our interior D line, if our front 7 is stopping the run, our cornerbacks ain't got to cover as much, because on third down, man, this ball's coming out 3-4 seconds. It's coming out quick. So, yeah, man, safeties is okay. I kind of want them to open up the safety position a little bit. I'm gonna get into that in another video. I really want our safety position to be open. I like Malik. I like Donovan. Like, me and Donovan went to the same high school, so I'm a big Donovan Wilson fan. But at the same time, man, I kind of want to see, what Marquise can do, what Wanye can do. I'll get into that in another video. But our defense is not far off, man. I think if the one techs do what they're supposed to do, we're gonna be fine. That leads into the offense. That Pickens trade, man. I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I was kind of down in the dumps. Not down in the dumps. I was like, our offense, we're gonna be all right, man. But when we traded for Pickens, that changed everything for me. I just think he opens up the offense so much, man. He gets us to the point to where teams have to play us honest. Like, you can't. You can do whatever you want on defense. The ED coordinators, they're very smart. They're gonna find ways to get pressure, and they're gonna find complex blitzes based on when people start looking at our scheme. And around like week 5 or 6, we're gonna start seeing new things being thrown. But it is what it is. Like, if you come into the game trying to he keeps defenses honest, man. Like, because you can't double him because CD is on the other side. You can't double CD because George is gonna kill you on the other side. And then you got me personally, I like Jalen Toe, but I didn't think he was a 2, which clearly the front office didn't either. But as a third option with him and Tolbert and Mingo alternating as a third receiver, man, I just think this past game is going to be one of the tops in the league, man. I think we're easily going to score 30, 35 points a game, which with our defense, that's enough to win 10-plus games a year. Adding Pickens helps your running backs so much. Like, it helps your offensive line so much, especially your interior offensive line when it comes to the play action. I don't think people really understands how having 2 dominant receivers can help you. And if Pickens does what he's supposed to do, man, we're going to be fine. Our running backs, you know, a lot of people is, you know, saying because we don't have Saquon or we don't have Christian McCaffrey or a high profile name like that or a quote unquote good running back. But I think our interior offensive line is young and they're gonna be one of the best in the league. Tyler's an all pro. BB's on his way to being an all pro. Booker damn sure looks the part. Can't wait to see that kid at training camp. I just think with that interior O line and let's be honest, Terrence is better in the run game too. So you got four four offensive linemen who like to maul people. So playing running back, which is I played that position, man. Like we don't need. It would be nice to have a Saquon. It would nice to have a Christian McCaffrey, but all of our running backs are patient, one step, foot in the ground, get up the field running backs. Like that's all we need. We don't, are they going to hit as many home runs as some of the top guys? Maybe not, but you don't need that, man. Like y'all forget, we still got the best kicker in the league. Who's going to be like we are a walking guaranteed 3 points, man. We should get at least the minimum of 3. We take care of the ball. We're going to move the ball, and with Turpin running back kicks. And we're gonna get the ball at the 20, 30-yard line every time, and then we're gonna move the ball with the possession that we have, and then on fourth down we can always just kick a field goal. So I think if we're gonna score so many points, it's gonna be hard for teams to keep up with us. But all of that happens because of Pickens. Like Pickens opens up this offense so much, man, and I cannot wait to see, I can't wait to see him get a lot of those one-on-ones. I can't wait to see, because I think it's gonna go back and forth. I think at times in the season he's gonna look like the top receiver. Then a couple of weeks, CD's gonna look like the top receiver. I can't wait to see Dak come to the line and know exactly where to go with the ball. Dak, to me, say what you want about Ford, man, he's one of the best pre-snap quarterbacks in the league with McCarthy. When McCarthy didn't make it easy, it's not a shot at McCarthy, but McCarthy's offense didn't make it easy for Dak pre-snap. Dak always had to determine based off looks, and it wasn't any motions, it wasn't any shifts to kind of give him an indication about what the defense was doing. Shotty and Clayton, we're going to have all of that on top of a play-action game that mirrors the passing game. So Dak is going to know exactly where he's going with the ball. Man, I'm excited, man. I just think with a healthy 4, Pickens doing what he needs to do, CD being an all-pro, capable running backs, a young, mauling offensive line, it's no reason why we shouldn't win 10 games, man. So I'm very excited about it, man. Like I say, when I'm looking at this team, I'm mirroring this team behind that Cincinnati team that went to the Super Bowl, man. I just think that big 3 of Burrow, Chase, and Higgins that year and that offensive line wasn't near as good as this offensive line. So that offensive line was terrible. One of the worst offensive lines ever played in the Super Bowl. But they made it happen with 2 dominant receivers, defenses having to play honest, Burrow knowing where to go with the ball because of teams having to respect Higgins and Chase on the outside, and the defense just making timely plays, which I think our defense is better than that defense. So that's where I'm kind of mirroring our team against this year. Knock on wood, everybody in that field stays healthy. Health, Mozzie doing what he needs to do, and that big 3 of Dak, Pickens, and CD. It's going to get us what we need to get to, man, which is it's time to get back to playing championship football. So that's my thoughts heading into this year's training camp 2025, man. In the comments, let me know what you guys think. How y'all feeling about the season, man? Are y'all, a little bit more down than me? It's gonna be the same old Cowboys. Man, if that's your thoughts, just leave that stuff in the comments, man. Or do you think are you more like on my side, like, yeah, man, like we should get there. Once we get there, man, anything's possible. So you never know. But leave all that stuff in the comments, man. Thank you guys for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Until next time, man. I'll see y'all in the next one.